Paul concerning salvation. Romans 10, verses 9 to 15. Well, 9 to 13 initially. If you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For with the heart a person believes, resulting in righteousness, and with the mouth he confesses, resulting in salvation. For the Scripture says, whoever believes in him will not be disappointed. For there is no distinction between Jew and Greek, for the same Lord is Lord of all, abounding in riches for all who call on him. For whoever will call on the name of the Lord will be saved. This is an amazing promise that God makes through the Apostle Paul. That it doesn't matter if you're a Jew or a Greek. It doesn't matter if you're inside the circle of the Jewish people or outside. It doesn't matter. Whoever calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. And if we really believe what we say we believe, that whoever doesn't call on the name of the Lord will be lost for eternity, then this is a promise that we want to share with as many people as possible. Whoever will call on the name of the Lord will be saved. But then Paul follows that passage with this one, a series of questions, and he says this, how then will they call on him in whom they have not believed? How will they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how will they hear without a preacher? And how will they preach if they're not sent? How beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news of good things. So what Paul says is there are some who won't be saved simply because they don't call on the name of the Lord. And they won't call on the name of the Lord because they've never heard the good news of salvation. And they'll never hear because nobody preached to them. And they won't have anybody to preach to them because nobody was ever sent. What a tragedy. This great news, whoever will call on the name of the Lord will be saved. Sins forgiven and eternity in heaven secured. Whoever will call on the name of the Lord will be saved. But they can't call on somebody that they've never believed in. And they can't believe in somebody who they've never heard of, and they can't hear of somebody who nobody's ever told them, and nobody's going to tell them if they aren't sent to do it. We all need to consider ourselves as having been sent. Make disciples. That means take the good news of the gospel and bring it to people who need to hear it. So as we close this morning, here's what I'd like for you to do during our time of invitation and over the course of the next week, maybe even two. I'd just like to ask you to pray. I'd like you to pray like this: God, how do you want me to be involved in taking the good news of the gospel? How do you want me to be involved in making disciples